Hey everybody, this is Can't Stop the Unk, and in this video we're just going to go over the second project. So there's two parts to this. The first one is called Intro Project 2, and the second one's called Intro Project 2B. So we're going to go over 2 first, and then 2B. So in part 1, basically using both a for loop and a while loop, you're just going to find a way to multiply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through 30. So you multiply all those. It's basically 30 factorial and print out the result for 30 factorial using both a for loop and a while loop. And then in part 2, you're going to get some practice using math.random. So I already wrote this code for you. So this variable random is a double, because what math.random does, it prints a random decimal value between 0 and 1. So it could be like 0.255678, 0.239, 0.9872, like it could be anything between 0 and 1. And it's a decimal value, so that's where you need to use a double, and it returns a double. And based on this random value, you're gonna find a way to print hamburger if its value is less than 0.33, right? And then if it's less than 0.66, you're gonna print out hot dog. And if it's neither of those, you're gonna print out fries. And this should be pretty quick and simple. And yeah, that's all you need to do for this intro project 2. So for project 2B, I wrote all this code, so you don't need to worry about this. Just don't worry about what all this is if you're not familiar with how to do graphics or whatever. So you don't need to worry about this. Just read the comments just to get an idea of what's going on. But all you really need to worry about is writing your code in between where it says right here and trying to understand what line 92 through 96 says. So I put some instructions for you, but I'm going to quickly summarize the instructions. But first, before I do that, I'm going to show you what the goal of this project is and what you're trying to accomplish. So when you have your solution ready, what it should look like when you run it, you can hit this button, or you can just hit run as Java application. What you should see is this. You should see this canvas. It's 500 by 500, I believe pixels. I'm not sure though. And what you see is all these random colors are drawn like this all the way across, and just each dot is drawn on the canvas and fills up the entire canvas. So that's what you're trying to accomplish here. So you can see what this is. So color, random color equals new color. So when you do new color, you need to have some value RGB. And what RGB values are is it's like red, green, blue. And they range, each RGB is an integer, and they range from 0 to 255, including both 0 and 255. So you need a way so that it generates a new color every single time and you generate a new integer R value, a new integer G value, and a new integer B value, so that you get a random color every time you draw the color on the canvas on here. And then what these 4 lines of code from 93 to 96, what they do is basically you set the color of the circle to the random color that you randomly picked, and then this is a circle width and height. And then when you want to draw the circle, this is what fill oval means. It draws the circle of this width and this height, which is 10. And then X and Y determine where on the canvas it's drawn. And the way I want you to do this is I want you to systematically draw the dots from left to right and keep going through each row 500 times. So you draw 500 dots across, and you do this 500 times, so you go all the way through 500 rows. And so you have a 500 by 500 amount of dots. And that's basically so this is your X value. So up here is 0, 0. All the way here is 0. It should be 500, 0 over here. This is 0, 500, and this is location 500, 500 for the X, Y values here. So you need a way to systematically pick a new color for each X, Y location and just draw dots all the way across, and then to fill up this entire canvas. So you need to come up with a clever solution, and if you get stuck, there's a hint at the very bottom of this file, and that hint should help you if you can't figure it out on how to pick a random color and systematically draw each dot to fill the canvas. So obviously this one's a lot harder than the first one, so take your time with it. It's okay if you're frustrated. It's okay if you're a little confused. Just try to think about what's going on, think about the code, and yeah, you should be able to figure it out, especially if you have the hint. But if not, I have the solution on GitHub, so you can also check that out if you need it. So yeah, I'll see you until next time.